Hello, everybody. We're here for a new episode, the show that has yet to be named. I got Caps here filling in for Putty. This episode, we're talking about our favorite theatrical release Batman movies. So anything that made it to the theaters, and we're not ranking them by the best, not which one is the best, by our favorite, which one we like the most personally. We have an attachment to. Lego Batman is going to be excluded. For various reasons. Phantasm will be included. Okay, so
first of all, before we start this thing, am I actually filling in for Putty? Because I've already been in 3 of these.
I mean, it's technically our show, but like you're
damn right.
I mean, he's the.
But Putty's more than welcome to ever come on this one. So
I mean, if he's not streaming, so we have 10 movies here. We recounted it to make sure. Starting at the bottom, Batman 66 for me is my number 10. If I'm going to watch Batman 66, I would rather watch the TV show.
Yeah, I agree on that one. I just remember the TV show, the movie. I don't remember too much about it. I do remember the scene with the shark.
Shark repellent?
But I just
the scene with the bomb, okay, when he's running around with the bomb, that's iconic. Listen,
yeah.
If you don't have Julie Newmar as Catwoman, I'm already not interested. Okay, hottest Catwoman of all time. Just putting that out there. Anyways, let's get into number 9 for moi is BVS. If this was a ranking of best, I might put this up a little bit, in terms of like the quality, what's in the movie, especially the rated R version. But in terms of favorite, there's nothing in this movie that I care about. If I never saw this movie again, I could care less. It's still better than Batman 66.
The only reason why I got Batman versus Robin. As my next pick. I guess I'll talk about Batman versus Superman afterwards. But the next thing I have on my pick is Batman versus Robin. Just total goofy. Just like probably Uma Thurman was the best thing about that film.
That's the hottest she's ever been in a movie. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, but when you got stupid crap like Batman pulling out a credit card.
Bat nipples. Okay, wait. Let's not get too deep into this, okay?
It's just like that's just taking it somewhere.
Well,
that's
not
somewhere. Interesting.
I'm gonna jump into my number 8, which is Batman and Robin. Why? Because any day of the week, I would rather watch this dumb mess of a fun movie than Batman vs Superman. That's my number 8.
Yeah, when I watch Batman versus Robin, Batman and Robin.
I just realized that's what you were saying the whole time.
Was I saying that the whole time?
Yeah, I just realized it right now when you said it again.
Oops. Batman and Robin, I just never thought of it as fun. I just thought of it as...
So what's your number 8?
Ridiculous. Batman versus Superman.
Okay, so our bottom, like, 3 is pretty close.
Pretty close, but the only reason why I picked this over Batman and Robin is I was actually looking forward to seeing Batman kick the crap out of Superman. But other than that, it just, the second half of the film just went somewhere else.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, wait a minute. They probably should have retitled it something else, but yeah, that's my number 8.
So number 7, okay. Number 7 for me is a difficult one because it's not good, but I absolutely love watching this movie. Like, I was so... And the whole time we were making this list, I was like, I'm going to put this higher. It's Batman Forever.
You're probably going to be surprised about this, but I actually have Batman Returns.
I mean, that's 7. Okay. we had this talk that a lot of people think that movie's amazing, and I don't.
I come to appreciate it afterwards, but when it first came out, I just thought that Batman kind of looked a little wimpy in this film. Just kind of.
He definitely never had the upper hand over any of the villains at any point of the movie.
Like, I don't know. I think Tim Burton
Like, I just
took it another direction. This one, like, this movie is more of a Tim Burton film.
Yeah.
But honestly, Batman came off as a bit wimpy in this one. And
I agree.
It just wasn't the direction. I don't know. I just felt it should have gone.
Fair assessment.
Nothing against Catwoman, but she kicked the crap out of him.
I know we're trying to talk about this now, but I'm just gonna say it.
I mean, I really, really enjoyed Michelle Pfeiffer in this film, but
but listen,
she kicked the crap out of Batman.
There's no way Batman is losing to a 4-foot-tall beach ball, some guy's assistant, and literally like Christopher Walken high as hell on cocaine. Like, there's no way Batman's losing this scenario. I don't understand how it even goes as far as those. Anyways, I'm continuing on my journey.
But before you do that, honestly, Danny DeVito does a fantastic job in this movie. They honestly, Danny DeVito is a total standout, and him as the Penguin, wow, wow.
I'm gonna get to that. My next movie, number 6, is Batman Begins. The reason I have it low, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's kind of low." Yeah, but it's because, to me, no matter how many times I watch this movie, there's nothing fun about it that makes me want to come back to it. Like, I only ever watch it because if I'm going to watch all 3, I got to watch the first one, right? And it's not that it's bad. If this was in terms of best made superhero movies, this is like maybe in my top 10 of all time. But in terms of favorite, I don't have any fun with it. I don't want to return to this movie.
Well, that's your opinion. I mean,
no, I respect that. This whole list.
I respect that.
Personal opinions. This is nothing to do with being like looking at the movie objectively. Okay, so that was my number 6. What's your number 6?
I have Batman Forever.
It's fun as hell.
It's pretty fun. I gotta say. I mean,
I saw that
Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey, as wacky as they were actually pretty enjoyable to watch. I thought Val Kilmer did I thought he did a pretty decent job.
What he's given, he does all right.
Yeah, but you can start seeing those sort of seeds that were being planted, and then that huge right turn into Batman and Robin. But I thought this movie was it was pretty enjoyable. I actually really enjoyed the Batmobile in this movie. That was really, really cool.
I don't know if you know this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this for later, and I agree. Number 5 for me is Batman Returns. Once again, another movie like this. I enjoy watching Batman Returns. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't. I love the performances. I love Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I love Michael Keaton as Batman. I love everything that's happening in this movie, but it's still not fun. Like, I know Batman's not supposed to be fun, but as a Batman fan who reads the comic books, there's nothing in this movie that's like, "Whoa, you have to watch this movie. It's so good." Like, it's just there. And
yeah, fair enough.
I do enjoy it more than any of the other movies I listed.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to the next 4, my top 4, this is not top 4 material.
All right. Well, my number 5 is Mask of the Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm.
It's just pretty well done. Pretty dark. Cool story. Mark Hamill is just a beast of a Joker in this movie. And I thought it was a pretty good overall story. that they told, and I've always enjoyed that whole series. But the movie was pretty good too.
Agreed. Okay, so number 4 for me, Dark Knight Rises. I know this movie's flawed and whatever, but like even more like we said before in our other list, I would put this high up even on my all-time list objectively. I love Bane. I don't care. He's so just the voice is like the most epic thing ever. Like there's that moments of the movie that are whatever. I love it. I love Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. She's not only extremely attractive and plays the part like very like she has that like Catwoman sexualness to her that she has, but she's also like has a such an independent idea of what she's gonna do. She doesn't care about Batman until she's forced to, until she realizes that she doesn't help Batman. Like it's a solid movie.
My number 4 is Batman Begins. I put it up really high because it's like a return to form for the character after all that stuff that happened before. I think Christopher Nolan did a really good job with the trilogy. I thought this movie was a good start to the trilogy. I thought Scarecrow was a really good villain. What was a gangster in the movie? What's his
Falcone?
name? Falcone?
Yeah, it's either Maroni or Falcone. They're both the two like villains from.
But he did a pretty good job too. I thought Christian Bale really did a good job. His voice wasn't as annoying.
That was Eric Roberts.
Hmm?
That was Eric Roberts.
What?
That played the gangster. Anyways, continue.
No, he was in the second movie.
I don't know. Okay.
Anyway, whatever. For Batman Begins, Christian Bale's voice wasn't as annoying as the next two that came after this one. That's probably one thing that I hated about the next two films that came after that. But whatever.
We'll talk about it. Okay, so that was what? Your number 4?
That was my number 4.
Okay, so number 3 for me is Phantasm. Like it or not, because 1 or 2 is going to have this character as well. Oh shit, they both do. This is the quintessential Joker. This takes everything that was dark about the cartoon series and times it by 100. And it's like you're never expecting it, and the Phantasm as a villain is really strong, and the motivation for it, and then the Joker is so good in it. Mark Hamill does such a good job, and it's just such a well-rounded movie, and I love watching it. I could watch it over and over and over. Number 3, Phantasm.
All right, number 3 for me is Dark Knight.
I don't like you, not even a little bit.
I think for some, I think this was a movie that for some might consider hard to follow, especially the second act. There's just so many things going on. They're just trying to crunch it in, making sure that they got everything in. But on the positive side of it, Heath Ledger he just owns this movie.
It's not like you ranked it poorly. You put it in your top 3.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. But Heath Ledger does a fantastic job. The guy that plays Two-Face does a fantastic job. I can't remember his name right now.
Aaron Eckhart.
I am not a fan of Maggie Gyllenhaal. I thought that Katie Holmes did a better job with that character. Sorry,
I'm making notes.
Sorry, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Sorry, but that's just my opinion. And for me, I like his Christian Bale's voice in this thing was just driving me nuts. Like even towards the end when he finally captured Joker, it's just like, what the hell, man? Like seriously, like But it was a really, really, really good movie.
I'm
That's
just
my
taking
number
that.
3.
Number 2, easily the second best Batman of all time, and definitely not the best Batman of all time, not even close. Batman '89. Iconic performance from 2 people. One of them played himself, and the other one played himself in a Batman suit. So like, this movie is the definition of the word iconic as far as superhero movies go. It's like between this and like Superman 78.
Is that the one you considered overrated?
Yeah, I do. Because the second. Okay, this. We'll get into this later. Okay, I want to talk to you about that. I'm making a note.
Yeah, make that note because we're gonna talk about it afterwards.
So, Batman '89. I don't even want to talk about it. We already know this. We've talked about it 100 times. There's nothing to talk about. It's going to be your number 1.
Maybe not.
Special. Okay, what's your number 2?
The third one in the trilogy,
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Oh, so number 1.
I know it's flawed. I get it. It's flawed, but I just really enjoyed the movie. Bane, Tom Hardy crushes it as Bane. The fight scenes were really, really cool with Bale and Tom Hardy. I still can't stand Bale's voice in this, but what's the daughter's name?
Oh, Talia al Ghul.
Yeah, that actress did a really good job with that movie, with that character.
No.
Anne Hathaway does a fantastic job.
Oh my god, it's so good.
She's really, really good in this movie. Total surprise. But I just thought that the movie was just really epic. Just really epic.
It is.
I thought it was a really, really, really good movie. In spite of all the flaws, I just thought it was a really, really cool movie.
Okay, so I'm taking some notes there. For me, my number 1 is The Dark Knight Return, or The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, Christian Bale. I don't have anything else to say.
That was your number 1?
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Okay. Well, as expected, my number 1 is '89 Batman.
Might not be.
I mean, I talked about it before, but I'll say it again. Like, what a huge shift from '66 to this. It's the quintessential Batman, the one that's being told in the comics of that era. And I don't know. That's my childhood right there. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Like, I got a lot of notes, but just on that, I want to talk. We're gonna open the floor now.
Are we?
Batman '89.
Okay.
Does 2 things that separated it and paved the way. Number 1, it doesn't have really an origin story. It briefs you on why he's Batman, like this, what brought him there, but you don't really get an origin to it. He's already Batman. Okay? And you get an origin for Joker, which at this point had never happened yet. I'm pretty sure at this point no one had ever told an origin story for Joker. And the dark tone of that paved the way for every superhero movie after.
You know, it's something you just brought up right now. You ever notice how what you see in Batman '89 is the complete opposite
of all the other ones?
No. In just Dark Knight. I'm only talking about Joker and Batman. Okay. What you see in '89 Batman with the 2 characters and the origin story is the complete opposite in the Dark Knight.
That is correct.
You know what I mean? So in '89 Batman, you see the origin, well, kind of an origin story with Jack Napier. You don't really see much about Keaton's character. But then when you go to the Dark Knight, it's a complete opposite. You have an origin story about Christian Bale as Batman, but you have no idea where Heath Ledger came from.
And you, knowing Christopher Nolan and the way he made that, like I was telling Putty about it on one of our episodes, there's actually on YouTube, Warner Brothers released a thing It's like 2 hours long. It's the behind the scenes of the making of the whole trilogy, and it's really good. It's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And Christopher Nolan wanted to do everything the way that it was done in the comics, but also not any way that had been done before. So that's literally taking an idea from one thing and flipping it on its head, so it's new, but you're also still keeping the same like formula, but you're completely changing it. So now you have the origin and the origin and the no origin and the no origin, and that makes sense. I'm leaving 89 in the dust. I want to talk to you about some shit here, okay? Did you know that there's supposedly an extended cut? Did we talk about this? Of Batman Forever, the Schumacher cut.
I don't think we talked about this.
Okay, so this is supposedly very real. That there's a cut of Batman Forever that's, I think, like 40 minutes. There's 40 minutes of material that went unused in the movie, and now people are just the same way people were asking for the Snyder cut. Now people want them to release the Schumacher cut, and apparently it's way better. Like the actors were saying, there's so much more detail to like the characters and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I'm all about that because I like Batman Forever. I don't think it's as bad as everybody says. I really don't. I mean, I don't think it's like a magical special movie, but there's something there because it didn't go full crazy yet.
No, it didn't. It didn't go total goofy yet. There was a few things where it's like, oh, shall I make you a sandwich? No, I'll get drive-through. Remember that part? Like, it was like right in the beginning. It wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's her name? Nicole Kidman?
Yeah. Absolutely useless character in the movie.
Yeah. Beautiful as hell, but
I agree.
I didn't think she really served the movie. I don't think she added that much to the movie.
Speaking of useless characters in movies, Talia al Ghul in The Dark Knight Rises.
After I just said that she did a pretty good job?
Yeah, I was going to wait for you. I wanted you to get it out. You could have not put her in the movie at all, and nothing would have changed. Because Bane's motivations, you could have just made it Bane that had the motivations to do this and not needed a puppet. That's what made it so, to me, that's what took away from that movie, is Bane was such a feared, like, an absolute juggernaut that couldn't be stopped. But really, the only reason he's there or doing any of this is because someone's pulling his strings behind the scenes. Like, they play him off like he's a super genius, like a villain he's quoting all these like smart lines and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, he was never him. He's too dumb to do this. There's some girl controlling him, and I don't like that.
I don't think it came off that way, but that's my opinion. But at the end of it, she was the one to escape the pit. So I think there is sort of a tie-in to the story.
Yeah, but he helped her escape the pit.
Yes. So there is some sort of useless story, I guess.
Her beef in this situation is that Batman killed her father.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the pit.
I'm just bringing that up as part of the story. I get what the point of the story is, but I'm just saying.
All right, I'm just moving on already.
Move on.
The ending of this movie. There's a theory. Okay, well, there's multiple theories, but there's a theory that Batman dies.
He lives.
Okay, he definitely dies.
Oh my God.
If you do basic math, that blast still would have affected the entire city and everyone would have had radiation poisoning still from how far he made it. He was so close that he would have been vaporized. Anyways, there's a theory that I really like. It's that that he dies, okay? Alfred, when
You said that already.
Okay, he's dead. When he's in Italy, or Florence, or I don't even, wherever he goes.
Italy.
Okay, he's in Italy. He sees that as a coping mechanism. Like, he lets himself believe that happened at that specific cafe, so that way he could feel closure and be okay with it, but they're not really there.
So how does he know that he's with Catwoman?
He doesn't, but to him, that's how he wanted Bruce to end, happy, and he thought that they were like a thing that to him that in his head they liked it.
I don't think at any point he knew that he was with Catwoman.
Okay, well, listen, who he knew within Cal? What's more logical, that this guy made this up in his head, or that Batman survived a nuclear blast from like 10 feet away?
That he survived a nuclear blast from 10
I
feet
hate
away.
you. I hate you. Okay, I'm moving on.
Damn right.
You're absolutely wrong. Okay, Katie Holmes is garbage.
I disagree.
I'm not saying Maggie Gyllenhaal did some kind of magical performance in that movie, but oh my gosh, Katie Holmes was so bad. And that's still probably the best Katie Holmes performance of all time.
I thought Katie Holmes did a pretty good job. Maggie Gyllenhaal, her reactions to things, just like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. It just didn't, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm not
I just like to
saying
bother
that
you.
she sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
Sick.
What other notes do you have?
Oh, buddy.
I swear to God, if you say anything about 89 Batman, we got a problem.
Well, I already said so many things about 89 Batman. Speaking of problems that we have, let's talk about Superman.
Why?
Because you wanted to talk.
This is a Batman countdown.
Yeah, and guess who likes Batman? You. And guess who also likes Superman 78 for some reason? You.
I do.
Okay.
It was ahead of its time.
Is it a bad movie? This was my point. Is it a bad movie? No. But in the grand scheme of those 4 Superman movies, this is widely, probably mostly considered the best one. Okay? Superman 2 is a good movie. It's not as good. The Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 is better than Superman 1, which is why I was like, it's not even the best movie of the Superman movies. Why is it considered the best? Why does everyone say it's the best one? It's not.
Yeah, but it's not overrated.
It is in the sense that it's not even the best one, but everyone thinks it is. That was my point. I never said it was bad, but we were just talking what.
Oh no, I know you said that it was never bad. I
Yeah,
understand that.
It was just.
I just don't understand how you consider it overrated.
It's
not
overrated.
overrated.
It's just.
It's good.
It's not overrated in the sense of that it's bad and that people think it's good. It's overrated in the sense that there is a better movie, but people think that this is the good one. Anyways, listen to me.
But that's just like saying, Superman Returns sucked. I didn't think it sucked. I thought it was a good movie.
Superman Returns is a fine movie.
Yeah, but then you would consider Superman 1 overrated over Superman Returns?
No.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay, what would you, if you had to rate Superman 1 out of 10, what would you rate it?
I thought it was an 8, 8.5.
It's like a 7.
So we're not that far off.
Yeah, we're not that far off, but I'm saying most people in the community of comic books and the internet would agree with you over me, because nobody's looking at it like objectively.
I'm right.
And
you're
I'm done
wrong.
with Superman. I'm not even letting you talk. See what I did there? Well, you shouldn't have let me host. Batman and Robin is stupid fun. I don't care what you have to say. It's stupid fun. Lego Batman, I friggin' love Lego Batman. I'm just telling you that now. You should watch Lego Batman. It's so much fun.
I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah, this is the reasons why we didn't put it on this list. It would be high. It would be pretty decent. It would be above Batman Forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch a movie with Legos in it. I'm sorry, it's just not my type of thing.
You should, because they get with it now.
No,
Lego Movie 1.
I don't know how you consider Batman versus Robin. I don't know how you consider Batman and Robin a good movie. I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
I don't consider it a good movie.
Goofy.
But it's so much fun to watch. I would rather watch.
But then, in essence, you're considering it a good movie because it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, because of how bad it is.
No, it's just that movie. I understand there are movies out there that are so bad they're good. This movie is just so bad that it's bad.
Oh my god, it's literally amazing.
Stupid. It's crap. Like I'm sorry, I can't. I think when you look at the positives, and they're not a lot, but George Clooney does a really good Bruce Wayne. I'll give him that. But as Batman, he is not intimidating.
No.
He doesn't do anything to intimidate his enemies. I I don't know.
Okay, look, I'll tell you everything wrong with this movie immediately.
You know what? There's probably two things that are pretty good about that movie.
Uma
Two
Thurman.
things: Uma Thurman and Alicia Silverstone.
Okay,
Stone,
Alicia's.
right?
That's
it.
where I was gonna go with this. I'm not even gonna count her as a good thing because as much as at that point I was in love with her, she has nothing to work with. There's no reason for her to even be in this movie. Bane is garbage.
Bane's garbage. They didn't even follow the comics.
But they didn't give Arnold anything to work with again. They're just like, here, read stupid lines like an idiot.
Yeah, so stupid lines, stupid.
So that's right.
Garbage material.
Robin is completely taken away. All the badassness of Robin is gone in this movie.
He was never a badass to begin with.
I know, but in Batman Forever, they tried to establish him as like a badass. He goes off to fight to save that girl. He steals the Batmobile. He rides motorcycles. They tried to establish. He wears an earring. Tried to establish it. Really, it's just all gay undertones.
Apples. They fucking.
Joel Schumacher was always putting gay undertones in these movies, and people just didn't get it. And he admitted that he did that because he's gay and that he thought it was a different way to look at Batman. And people just never got it. And when you know that, it makes a completely different tone of the movie.
The worst thing that he did about the movies is that he introduced a lot of color into it. He thought he thought the first two were too dark, which is pretty much the whole premise of why Batman appeals to a lot of people and why the damn comic was so damn cool. It's because it was dark and it was like mysterious and all that stuff.
I gotta stop with the pen.
But
no, I get it.
The point when he starts making it more colorful, and it wasn't. That's the thing about Batman Forever. There was color, but not to the degree of what he did with the fourth film.
In Batman Forever, everything is still dark, but neon. Does that make sense? In this movie, the lights are all raised. Everything's in bright rooms. It's all filmed on very bright sets. So on top of the neon and the bright colors they're all wearing, the lights are on, and it's like always daytime in every fight scene.
I think that even their suits were like silver after a while, were they not?
Silver and blue.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? Well, like, even, what was that stupid scene in the film when they were, like, actually skating after?
The very beginning of the movie.
It was, dude, come on, man. Like, no.
Fun. Okay, ready? I would take that movie any day over the worst Lex Luthor we've ever seen in history. Granny's peach tea. A Superman who never has any... Literally, they didn't give him a script. They're like, just stand here and look like a tall guy with muscles.
The guy from Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah, Ben Affleck does such a good job, but they don't give him anywhere to go because Zack Snyder can't direct people. You have Wonder Woman, so good in that movie, completely misused towards the end of the movie. Doomsday, a waste of space. Amy Adams, completely wasted that movie. The best actor in your whole movie, and you literally gave her nothing. Her job is to walk around and find a staff, and then when she finds a staff, you don't even need it anymore.
I thought she did a pretty good job in Man of Steel.
That's why I would rather watch Batman Forever. Okay? I'm not saying she does a bad job. She's the best, literally the best actor in both of those movies, and she has an Oscar. And, like, I don't know. Do I have anything else here? The voice. Let's talk about the voice. I agree with you. I cannot stand the voice because it's not just, you could do something to change your voice, right? Like you could talk like this, but he's always fucking screaming.
Like what he did in Batman Begins was fine. It wasn't as annoying as the next two films.
I think in the third one it's the worst because it sounds like in the first one it's not as bad, you're right. In the second one it sounds like he's trying harder to make that voice, but it's still what it is. In the third one it sounds like they hooked up a speaker to it. Like it sounds like it's amplified. Like, and it's like why does he have a microphone on him? Like why is he like everyone in the world can hear him? Like Bane, I don't know if you noticed about Bane. He sounds really good, but it sounds like they put a microphone in the box. So when he's lightly talking, you could see that he's not screaming, he's lightly talking. People across the street can hear him and are like acknowledging what he's saying, but he's only like whispering. And it sounds like there's a speaker that's like projecting his
But I think they did it on purpose because I think they were worried that they weren't going to be able to hear him.
I know, I get it.
You know, through that mask.
But then again, my point on the other side of that is there's points where he's literally just talking, but he's addressing a huge, massive group of people that wouldn't be able to hear him talking at the level that he's talking. But somehow everyone's hearing him. These are just little things, right? We're just talking about, like, Batman 89 is like a near perfect film. The Dark Knight's like, you know, Heath Ledger. Phantasm is friggin' Returns. There's so much good in Returns, but there's so much dumb.
Mm-hmm.
The backstory for Penguin is like, two rich people had a baby. It looked weird, so they threw it in a river. He found some penguins. Now he's the Penguin. He became a penguin because he was raised by penguins. Like, yeah, he grew flippers. He's magic. Yeah, Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's it. Batman 66.
She did all the stunts too.
Yeah. She's legit. Danny DeVito, legit. Yeah, there's definitely a thing, like, I feel like I saw this. I'm going to look it up and we're going to reconvene on this. Joel Schumacher talking about those movies, that he didn't want it to go that way. The first movie, the Forever, was intended to be darker. Like I said, there's an extended cut that's better. In the second movie, they forced him to do all the bright colors and change the movie. That he didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe. Keaton showed up for the third film, man. Initially, he showed up for the third film thinking that Tim Burton was going to be behind the director's seat. And when he found out that Tim Burton was going to be involved and noticed the direction that they were taking this franchise, he quit.
Yeah.
And I think he made the right decision, because to me, Keaton would not have been able to fit in that third film.
I'm not sure what movie he went to do. I don't know if it was Sleepy Hollow, but he backed out of it to go do his own thing.
Who, Keaton?
Yeah, no.
Sleepy Hollow.
Tim Burton.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Okay. I don't know for sure. I might be wrong, but I would have loved to have seen him and Kevin Smith's take on Superman with Nicolas Cage as Superman. That would have been crazy.
Did you ever see that video clip that's out there with Nicolas Cage in Superman suit?
There's a movie that I recommend for you that has a lot of famous people in it, and it's by a really good movie critic that passed away. His name's John Schnepp, and it was called "The Death of Superman Lives." And it's like an hour and 20-minute documentary, and he interviews all these guys. Kevin Smith, he interviews Tim Burton. It's the first time anyone like got these people to talk about this movie, and it's crazy. The Death of Superman Lives. It's really good.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm done here. That's all I got.
Yeah, same here, man.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you want us to talk about in the comments. If you have something, let us know your list of Batman. And party on, Wayne.